Yeah, looking forward to the challenge this weekend. Obviously we played Bradley 3 times last year. They beat us all 3 times, and they've won the last 2 MVC tournament championships. And they got a lot of guys back, and they're the same physical, tough, defensive team. Really crashed the boards, and Childs is one of the best players in the league. So it's going to be a huge challenge for our team, and I'm excited for these next couple days of practice to continue to get better with our group, and hopefully play some good basketball this weekend.
Jeff Bidwell.
Bryan, I guess we'll start with the Marcus update. Anything you can tell us about him?
Yeah, nothing new right now. He'll see the doctor, I think, on Thursday again. It's really, like we said, week by week, he's got to kind of get through, a week of kind of pain-free symptoms with his foot and everything, and progress from there. So he's been feeling good, but we'll know more in the next couple days before the Bradley series, and still confident that I think he'll be back at some point this season.
Who has stepped in, I guess, maybe for more of a vocal leadership role with him out, and in this time here with other guys trying to step in and step up? Who have you seen sort of take on that leadership role?
Yeah, I think it's been by committee with this group, since the summer, really. Different guys have stepped up at different times. Obviously with the returning guys in terms of Trent, Lance, Ben, Marcus, those 4 guys, and, Sika was hurt a lot last year, but, those guys have kind of taken turns through different times throughout the season and throughout practices and throughout games, and they're kind of continuing to do that. Marcus is still doing a great job leading from the sidelines on practice and half times and timeouts and stuff like that during the game. So his leadership is still valuable for us, probably now more than ever with him out.
What did you learn about your guys going through that losing streak? And obviously you had great success early, and then the adversity kind of hit all at once there. How did you see them sort of spin out of that and continue to, keep working even when things weren't going well?
Yeah, I think it's a resilient group. I don't think their confidence was ever wavered. I think they were disappointed in the losses, but they came ready, to get better every single day. I think before the games, they were always ready to play, and they were excited to play, and they were excited to be together as a team. And to bounce back after not playing well in the second half of the first game against Northern Iowa, with kind of our backs against the wall, and to be able to come out and play well in the second game where we have struggled this year in that second game. I just think it says a lot about the resiliency of these young guys.
And last one for me, just for you personally as a young coach going through something you haven't really gone through before with a losing streak like that, did you maybe reach out to any mentors or get some advice from anybody on just how for you to personally sort of stay the course and just kind of keep at it with you and your staff?
Yeah, I talk to, kind of my inner circle weekly anyways, I received some nice texts and some nice calls from some other coaches that, talked about year 2 for them a little bit, and just about, sticking to your principles, your values, what you believe in, not bending on those things, obviously the character and how you want your team to look and the identity of your team. So, it was such a unique month due to COVID, and having a 3-week break in between a couple of losses really stretched out that time period. So I think, the unique thing about this year is even for the coaches I rely on, they're going through all this stuff the first time themselves as well. So everyone's figuring it out together.
Thank you.
Todd?
Bryan, has that hurt your team's consistency, not having a consistent leader on the court, or has it just kind of been, hey, when it's needed, somebody arises?
Yeah, well, I think the interruptions throughout this season has hurt our consistency. The lack of practices and the short amount of games that we've played, kind of has hurt the consistency in terms of where we're at right now in the beginning of February compared to in a normal year where we would be at right now in the beginning of February. The leadership thing, with a young team and not having your traditional 3 or 4 year juniors and seniors who have been through the program and know what the head coach expects, I think that it's not their fault. They're learning, and as a coaching staff, we're continuing to teach them, and we got to be leaders at times. We got to be the captains at times because they don't have those juniors and seniors that have been in this program for 3 or 4 years to rely on or to tell them this is how we do it every single day or this is how you win a championship. So, it's just a process.
I think your defense has some zone qualities to it or zone elements, but I've seen some other teams, use a zone for one possession or two possessions. I mean, is that something you don't believe in, or is it something that you're just kind of looking for the right opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's just something that in terms of the right opportunity. If it's something that we feel like the matchup with who the other team has on the floor in terms of their personnel, and then also the guys that we have on the floor, our personnel. If it makes sense at a time to maybe disrupt timing or disrupt the flow, to look at that moving forward.